What is the worst thing that could possibly happen to you in Hypixel Skyblock? Perhaps you could be grinding a Slayer only to drop an RNG, not notice you drop the RNG and have it despawn in front of your eyes. That would be pretty bad. Or maybe you drop a Necron saddle and you don't have the funds to actually claim it. You work tirelessly for 48 hours to try to get the 100 million coins and you just can't do it. That would be bad too. But above everything would be getting your account and personal information stolen. That's right, what I'm talking about is ratting. I personally have never been ratted, but I know of a lot of people who have. I bet at least one of these people in this crowd of people here will have been ratted at some point. But that got me thinking, how many people have actually been ratted? Well, according to the community poll that I created around about 3 hours ago, 78% of people haven't been ratted, but 22% of people have. Currently, at the moment, there are 28,000 people online on Skyblock. Or what that really means is roughly, out of those 28,000 people, around about 6.2 thousand people have been ratted. But if you think about the amount of people that have joined Hypixel Skyblock, I'm not talking about concurrent plays, but I'm talking about ever, well into the millions, meaning that hundreds of thousands of people will have been ratted. To say almost a quarter of the player base will have been ratted at some point, it's surprising to me that people still fall for it. Well, when I say it, there's so many different ways you can get ratted. If you are planning on purchasing anything from the Hypixel store, make sure to use code NITROS. It gets yourself 5% off. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, become part of the 25%, there's no reason not to. Also, you should join the Discord server, it's linked in the description of every single video. And for those of you who are confused and are just thinking of this as a rat, RAT actually stands for Remote Access Trojans, malware designed to allow an attacker to remotely control an infected computer. In other words, some sort of malware that you install via a link or something along those lines that you click and then install. I'm not going to pretend that I know too much about this topic at all. I mean, I know about it in terms of Skyblock and the implications, but I don't really know how it works or anything like that. Now, this NPC in the hub is specifically here to try to get you to protect your account and just be smarter with what you do in terms of on Discord and on Skyblock. But to cut a long story short, don't click on any links or download something that you know isn't official. For instance, if you get a DM from a random person that you've never heard of before with, I don't know, some crazy AH flipping mod, don't click it, because there's a good chance that you're not going to have your account for much longer. Now, another problem that goes along with this whole situation is how the actual victim gets their account back, or if they get their account back, or what happens to the account after it's been ratted. Well, I think that just sort of depends on like the sanity or the mood of the ratter. Some players are able to reclaim their account and log back into the account if the ratter isn't too smart and hasn't changed the passwords and so on. Some people are able to get back into their account through Microsoft. On the other hand, some people are made to beg for their account back from the ratter. A lot of the time, these ratted accounts will get banned. And the reason for that is because after the ratter has got everything from the account that they want, that's, well, unless they're going to sell the account, that's a whole nother story. But a lot of the time, they spam things in the chat, like the N-word or IP, all things that will get people banned. So the person who they've ratted can't really access their account. And the victim who has just clicked on this link, not really knowing what's going on, number one, will have lost, well, for the most part, will have lost all the progress on their account. Thousands of hours, hundreds of hours, however much time they've put into the game, they will have lost it. Any money that they've spent on gems, well, that's going to be voided too. Well, I'd say voided, it's going to go straight to the ratter. Depending on the type of rat, they can also gain other information, such as login details to other accounts that they have, or even credit or debit card details that they have stored on the computer. Of course, this usually comes along with the personal details, like the billing address, which is usually the home address. Basically, they're getting doxed at the same time. We once had a situation in my Discord server where we had like a 13 or 14-year-old member of the community. Most of the time, younger people are preyed on because, well, they're not really experienced within Skyblock, and most of the time they're not really as switched on as older people, which makes sense. But he came to us for support because basically he was playing Minecraft on his dad's new laptop that he'd had for one day, but got ratted on, and of course all of the personal details were taken, credit and debit card information. It was really bad. And this sort of situation happens every single day. Now, the biggest problem is there's not a massive incentive for people to stop doing it who are ratting. That's purely because once they've got access into the victim's account, they'll either take all the coins off it, they might sell it, they might get it banned. However, if they do transfer items or coins onto a different account, most of the time they don't transfer it onto their main account. Just like in real life, if somebody is going to try to launder money or clean money, you know, if you obtain money through illegal means, you're not going to trace it straight into your bank account. It would make no sense. Basically meaning that the Ratter's account is very hard to trace, meaning that it's very hard to get them banned, meaning there's very little consequences. Now, I asked the question to the members in my Discord server, have you ever been ratted, and if you have, how did it go down? So we're going to take a look at a few stories. To start things off, I downloaded a wrong file from a friend. Let me tell you, that person was not a friend if they sent you a rat. Yeah, that is bad. I don't know why a friend will do that, but yeah. I got ratted for a free Lunar Plus through housing, but I was too poor to rob. New server verify system, you enter and ask for your MC nick and your email, then it asks you to put a code in sent by your email. That is, yeah, that happens a lot. Verify rats are terrible, especially on Discord servers. I'm not gonna lie, I probably got maybe 10 or 15 that were very, very similar to this, but I'm not going to include them all, but this happens all the time. Got ratted by getting into a Discord server. Once they took it, they told me to beg. And that is sadistic, seriously. Mythic Fish has been ratted 2 times, he's not had a very good time. The first one looked to be a scam rather than a rat. However, as for the second time, joined the Discord server once again, and then verified with my Minecraft account. The Minecraft account got stolen. Had to wait 3 months and a half to get unbanned. I would assume that's probably because they started spamming stuff in the chat, but I could be wrong. I went to some dungeon perm party that needed Discord, and they said that they won't be able to play with me if I don't have mods. And basically, I guess, yeah, downloaded the mods, lost Discord account, and Minecraft name was changed, lost 1.3 billion worth of items in Skyblock. That is, once again, pretty common, unfortunately. It's, yeah, don't download mods unless you know it's the right thing. Downloaded Soupy mod of an identical website that was like second website when you searched up Soupy v2. Yeah, once again, just check what you're downloading is correct, because that is bad. I know a friend for a year were playing, but once he gave me mod dungeons guide, and it was a knockoff. I think what he's trying to say is that he knew somebody for a year, and then they gave him a mod via a link. He downloaded the mod, and it wasn't a mod, it was a rat. This happens all the time when somebody tries to build up like a fake relationship with someone. Tends to be friends just to rat them or scam them, and it's really, really sad when you think about it, because they're creating a fake relationship on a Minecraft server to try and take the stuff. It's really, really weird. I know this is a big accusation, but I had to update for SkyTills. I downloaded it and logged on the next day, and everything was gone. Lost around 2.7 billion, got banned for 365 days because they duped on my account. It can't have been anything other than SkyTills though, because I hadn't clicked on any links, joined any Discord servers, or downloaded anything else in the past 2 weeks. I guess my only follow-up question to that would be is, where did you actually install the download for SkyTills from? Because the likelihood is that probably wasn't the correct one. Because I really highly doubt SkyTills are ratting people. Not putting it past anyone, I'm just saying it's not probable. I've been ratted once because I was stupid. And also maybe kind of tipsy. It was a typical wanna join F7 party, yeah, do you have this mod? Super helpful. And then he downloaded it, they took everything, armor, minions, weapons, however Hyperion was soulbound, and they hid it on his island, basically to make me lose interest. Imagine the ratter, right, tries to get onto your account, they get on your account, they realise your Hyperion is soulbound, so they hide it. Like, that is like, the amount of disrespect there is on another level. I've probably bored you and looked at too many of those in this video, but I could literally have sat there for like an hour just reading through what people have put forward, and it's really quite sad that this is a thing because so many people have been affected by it, and it's just not nice. And unfortunately, in countless amounts of scenarios, the reason why people start ratting or scamming is because they have been the victim. Well, they're just adding to the problem. You'd think if somebody had been ratted, then they know what it feels like to be ratted. Obviously not a very good situation. I guess the logic is that if somebody else has ratted them, why don't they just do it to someone else and get all the stuff back that way? However, 2 wrongs don't make a right. But what's the solution to all of this? How do you defeat the ratters? Well, realistically, the solution isn't simple. And, I mean, the only real solution is to raise awareness to everyone. While there is solutions in theory that would work, like something that would help straight away would be if Hypixel properly thoroughly went through all of the tickets, because majority of them just get a sort of automatic response. Like, some people have tons and tons and tons of proof about how they've been ratted, their account is banned, it's not them who was on their account when the account got banned, and so on, and they just sort of get shut down and have to wait till the ban is up or go on a different account.